All right, guys. Honest question. I want y'all to be really honest with yourselves. How many of y'all have ever done this? I had the Toyota on Grand Lake, the championship. Pretty big event, right? I mean, 3-day event, been practicing for 4 days, $200,000 on the line. And I'm just going to tell y'all that where I started in the tournament and what I was throwing, one, I never practiced there in practice. Okay, so I never practiced here. Little disclaimer, I did get bit here in the Open. Okay, the Open was a couple years ago in the fall. Totally different time, whatever. But I mean, it was close to this. It was within a month and a half. But I was like, I don't have this like great feeling of starting anywhere. And I'm like, I'm just gonna start here. But that's not the thing. That wasn't that big of a deal because it's not like I'm gonna sit here on a spot. I'm going to go down the bank. And I did get bit in this creek, okay? But not right here specifically. But I taught on a bait that I never threw in practice. Now, how about this? I never threw it in practice, and I've never thrown it in a tournament. And I will dare anyone to say, go back and look at any of my videos. So I don't know how many videos I have. Do I have 1,000 now? I might have 1,000 now. I don't know. I've never thrown this on camera. I don't remember ever throwing this in a tournament, maybe in my life, maybe when I was a kid or something. There's nothing wrong with the bait, but this specific bait I've never actually thrown. Now, this is what it is, okay? It's nothing special. There's nothing crazy about the bait, okay? But I'm just going to show you. This is me getting it out, throwing it, and you can tell a little bit that I don't really know if I should throw it. Okay, so watch. If you watch, look, I don't even know if I can throw it. Because I'm like, am I really going to start off the tournament? I had it picked up. Look, this is how indecisive I am. I'm like, well, I'll throw it. I was kind of getting that jig ready just in case maybe one missed it or something. I'm not really sure. But I was like, I'm going to throw this. Now, what is it? It's nothing crazy. It's just a Strike King Sexy Dog. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute. You throw that all the time. The Junior. I threw I don't even know if it's called that. I'll be honest with you. I have them. I should go out there and show you the box that I have them in and be like, hey man, there's not even marks on them. I don't throw them. I throw the Sexy Dog. I live down there in Texas. Everywhere I go, I throw the Sexy Dog, the regular one. I love the Sexy Dog. But the Junior, you're going, well, what's the big difference? There's a difference. There's a difference because of what I wanted it to do and what was happening. Now, when we were down here, I have a suspicion, only because I watched people and talked to some people, no one was throwing topwaters. I think some people tried in practice. It was not going on. Like this, Grand's a topwater lake, and it was not going on. I had 0 bites day 1 of practice. Day 2, I think I had 0 bites again. Day 3, I got bit on a topwater, probably not the one you're thinking of. And it was, I'm really not going to, I didn't catch anything on the tournament on it for a reason. Okay, but I got blown up and I was like, oh, I finally figured out this topwater deal. So it's been about 30 minutes, hadn't got a bite. I'm still throwing it, and I'm still throwing it because I got confidence. Like I said, I think you got to pick it back up again because I think I'm gonna get bit, right? I have a feeling I'm gonna catch some fish on it. It's a lot bigger than I thought.
Good job.
I thought he was like a 12-incher. First fish I've caught on this all week.
Really?
Yeah, but I knew it'd work though. All right, you heard me right there. Like I wasn't lying. First fish I caught on that all week. Heck, I never even threw it. This is the first day I even threw it. And what's funny is there's some things in practice. It's a long, when you don't get bit for 2 days in practice on the top water and you actually go do something on day 3 and you get some bites and I didn't throw this. It's like the mood of the fish. Even when I said, like, if you notice it, you didn't hear it blow up. It barely wanted to even eat. It's kind of why I was throwing the junior. Like I just had, like, there's the feeling inside that you have that's like, okay, this is going to work. I mean, I started off the tournament doing this and it worked out. I'm like, oh, that fish was a lot bigger than I thought. I'm like, okay. My whole goal for Grand anyways was just to catch a couple good ones in the morning time if I could, if they were just bonus fish. So now I'm like, okay, it's going to work. Just keep throwing it. Let's see what we can do with it. So I go into another crate. It was the only bite I had in there. And I was like, that was fine. Like I wasn't, bites are hard to come by, and 2.5 pounders they're a good fish on Grand Lake. You know, those weren't bad ones. Might have even been a little bit bigger than 2.5. I'm not sure. Going to this crate, I don't know. I did get bit in this crate. So I'm not going to say I didn't get bit. I haven't done this bait. There were 2 guys in here in the middle of the creek, and I said, you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see the guy. You can see this guy, obviously. I got to go around them. They're all live scoping, like out in the middle, and they could care less about throwing on the bank, which is great for me. That's why when I saw them out there in the middle, I'm like, okay, they're not even going to be throwing where I'm throwing. Do not care. Perfect. I'm just trying to stay out of their way as I go around them. And so I'm just still doing the same thing, going down this bank. But like I said, still haven't thrown this bait. There's fish out here. There's fish all out there that you can live scope. I get it. I even do it on day 2. But to me, there was, if I thought I could get bit, I did have I had a big bite or 2 in practice, throwing a top one. Now, like I said, I wasn't throwing this one, but I just had a feeling that a couple things, like there was a subtlety thing to it. There was fish didn't really want to blow up on a top water, but I knew they were there, and I figured I could get one to bite. I'll go over this all on my private channel. The reason I'm not on here is it's such a long process to talk about. I'm probably going to get bored on YouTube, right? People are going to turn away. But on my private channel, I'll go over it because there was multiple days that go into like having that feeling and then deciding on the bait that I wanted to throw. I actually had 2 baits. I tried one in practice and it didn't work. I had a thought, but that didn't work. In practice though, like this is what made it all happen. And I'm like, man, I'm going to catch some more fish on this. Now, a lot of times on Grand, you got to do the hard part. That's throw over a cable like I just did.
Good job, dude.
You got your line?
I got it.
That was luck.
Well, I knew it was going to happen that way.
Can I price her up there?
I got all my stuff at home on the way.
Yeah. Watch your rod.
I know. I got it on free spool.
So yeah, I had to throw over the cable. It bit. Then my braids over the cable. That's why I throw Sunline plasma braid, whatever. And I did change out the hooks to them Zowire owner hooks, them treble hooks, because I knew this was going to happen. And man, I had them, got them up. We netted it underneath the cable, and it fell off in the net. So I was like, that's cool. I was like, man, it's a good deal. I didn't get any more bites. There's only 2 I caught, but they were both good ones, both 2.5 pounders at least. And I was going, cool. That just made the day. Now, did it work out for me in the tournament? No. The bite was going away. I tried to make it happen. Like, you know, I missed some things. I will admit, there's a section of the lake I missed. I'm talking about it on my private channel, but there was a section of the lake that it was going on at. It was going on where we were at, and then it was slowly dying, and I didn't realize that's what was going on. Not until about the tournament started that I realized what was going on. I could see it every day, and I was like, golly. But it was one of the few ways I knew I could get a big bite. But I just want to know, would y'all do that? Would y'all start off a tournament for $200,000 for first place with a brand new, I wouldn't say a brand new bait, with a bait you never threw in practice, only because of little things that led you to that bait? In a bait, I'm telling you, I've never thrown it in a tournament out there. I don't remember ever really even hardly throwing one. I threw one every once in a while because maybe once every 2 or 3 years I might throw it. Because I love the Sexy Dog, the regular one. I threw the Sexy Dog a little in practice, never caught a bite. I just knew the junior was going to work. Would y'all do that? Who's done that? Who's said, hey man, I have an idea. I've spent 4 days practicing, right? And even after 4 days, I'm like, man, I still think maybe this, a new idea is better than everything I've done in 4 days of practice. Or I still think it's going to work. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if y'all have done that ever. I'm not going to lie, I do that a lot. I do it a lot, and it works out a lot of the times, you know? I always tell people, man, practicing is good and bad at times, right? And sometimes you can get too dialed in. But to me, I always tell everyone, I'm like, man, I've been practicing fishing for the last 30, 35 years, right? Everything I've seen on the water up to now told me, hey, this is going to work. Would y'all do that? Let me know.